Yeah, what's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, we're going to be talking about if Aerodrome will become a blue chip in the base ecosystem. Now, there's also more news to Aerodrome on what they have been doing and a possible new token that we're going to cover at the end, so stay tuned for that. Now, before we get into talking about all of that, I would like to ask you guys, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We're on the road to 30K subscribers. If you guys want to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment what you guys think down below. And while you guys are down here, you guys can hit that Discord link to join the Discord to continue the crypto conversation we're having daily. And you guys can ask your questions on how does that Patreon group works. As you guys know, we have been getting into some bangers and I've been posting them up here on Patreon so you guys can see all the plays we've been getting into, from virtuals to Zora to the entire base ecosystem. We honestly have been killing it there. And there's a discount on the Patreon side of things, so you guys can take advantage of that if you guys want to get your feet wet and test out the Patreon side of things, see all the plays, get into the action, because this is the best time to do so. Also, you guys can check out my ebook, The Essentials to Mastering Tokenomics. This will help you guys pick out the next gem in your cryptocurrency portfolio. Once you're able to understand market cap, FDV, circulating supply, narrative, vesting, all of that is very important to picking out the next gem for your portfolio. So links for that will be in the description and in the comment section down below. And lastly, check out the block fit to get yourself some crypto apparel, and let's get right into the video, guys. So today, Aerodrome is sitting at 77 cents at a market cap of $704 million and an FDV of 1.3. And so far right now, I believe that this is a huge buying opportunity for Aerodrome. Now, these guys have been building a lot of different things. We're going to cover it because you guys already know the biggest one was the DEX integration, but there's more to that as well. All-time high was 11 months ago where it did hit $2.32, so it is down 66.3% from its all-time highs. Now again, we talked about the biggest thing that they had, which was the Coinbase DEX integration, but they also became a part of Grayscale's DeFi fund. Now this is absolutely huge for Aerodrome. Institutional grade trading and custody of Aero is now available via Grayscale, enabling a secure and compliant solution for investors at scale. Looks like TradFi is getting more and more interested into DeFi here, and right now at this point I think there's no better play for DeFi than Aerodrome because of that Coinbase integration, and they're doing a little bit more now. They are introducing Aero Ignition, which pretty much helps new projects launch tokens on Aerodrome, and because they're going to be launching on Aerodrome, they're going to get direct access onto Coinbase as well. So with Aero Ignition here, token issuers deposit a percentage of the supply as incentives for pre-launch. Voters direct emissions to a pool and collect rewards. Then the token officially launches with emissions flowing into the pool. Market activity determines the token price. Eligible token trades on Coinbase on day one. This has done two things: pretty much change the launchpad game and to kind of kill it for other launchpads that are, other launchpads that are around, because now projects could just launch on Aerodrome and get direct access onto Coinbase. But it also allows the community to dictate the actual token price, the actual value of this project on the open market. Now, with that being said, they already had one that was launched, which was called Syndicate. Some seen it as good, some seen it as bad, but it was their first launch, which got directly listed onto Coinbase as well. And of course, the good and the bad is because you guys can see the market cap. People didn't really, when it first launched, the market cap and FDV was all like jumbled up. So people didn't actually even know the circulating supply, all of that was out. So it got up to some wild valuation. So right now, it is sitting at $102 million market cap, FDV of $213 million. You guys can see the price there at 21 cents. Now, with the Ignition launch and all of that, they also finally stopped hinting at what they had going on, which was their Dromos labs. So they made this, the reply to the tweet, a powerful new way to launch only on a MetaDEX. So you're probably wondering, what is Dromos and what is a MetaDEX? Now, Dromos looks to be a new infrastructure combining both velodrome and Aerodrome, but we're going to get into that in just a second here because they put a tweet pretty much telling us what a MetaDEX is. Now, they pretty much go over the evolution of a decentralized exchange, from how Vitalik convinced of a way to build decentralized exchange on top of AMMs, to the evolution of Uniswap, to Curve Finance and Sushi Swap to now a MetaDEX. So what is a MetaDEX? A MetaDEX is an immutable on-chain framework for building decentralized exchanges. Simply a DEX operating system, the technical and economic operating system for liquidity networks. They had MetaDEX 01, which was their first product, which was originally a DEX OS, was launched in June 2022. It serves as the foundation for Velodrome V1 and showed the model could dominate on one of Ethereum's leading L2, Optimism. So you guys don't know, pretty much Velodrome became the DEX, the super chain DEX, because Optimism put out I think it was, I want to say L3, pretty much, where there's a bunch of new chains, but they all use Velodrome as that DEX, and that chain was called Super Chain. Now MetaDEX 02 launched in 2023, was adopted by Velodrome V2 and Aerodrome Finance on Base. Aerodrome was a fork of Velodrome and was specifically for Base. And now on November 12th, they will be joined by both Velodrome and Aerodrome to talk about their vision of the future of MetaDEX OS. But they go on to hint at one DEX to rule them all, one token to align them all, one router to guide them all, and through cross-chain rails bind them. So now the speculation is, are we going to get a new token combining Velodrome and Aerodrome, where you have to pretty much swap out your Aero or Velodrome and get the new Dromos token? That could be very interesting, but we'll have to find out on November 12th, as they do have a big event that's happening in my neck of the woods of New York. So you guys can go ahead and check out everything that's going to be on their website. I'm leaning on towards the way that you're gonna, if you're a V-Aero holder, a V-Aero staker, I should say, or, you know, Aerodrome holder, Velodrome holder, that you're going to swap these tokens for the new token, which is going to be Dromos, where Dromos is pretty much going to be the main token for both Aerodrome and Velodrome. So that's just my speculation, but you guys could let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So pretty much more news has come out. If you guys don't know about ICM by now, you guys aren't really paying attention to my channel. Pretty much ICM is Internet Capital Markets. It was already on Solana through Colat and a few different other projects there, like Launchcoin, Believe, things like that. So now we're going to get that same narrative that was hot, but now on Base here. So Aerodrome is now liquidity hub for Backroom, ICM incubator, launchpad. So they now partner with another launchpad to actually help their entire launchpad, right? So we're looking at a new ICM narrative that may kick off on Base here. And when you guys go look at Backroom, from the news of it, we actually got into this in the Patreon side of things. We're early onto these plays. This is why you guys got to get into that Patreon group, right? So you guys can see, once that news came out, it went from about $1 million market cap to about a $5 million market cap. And I do believe that this can actually go a lot higher, seeing where the market cap is. And it did get up to a $13 million market cap back in August, right? These guys were, I call it a glorified Patreon before, but now it's changed a little bit. So things got a little bit more interesting for Backroom. So a lot of things has been changing on Coinbase and Base itself, right? If you guys don't know, you probably missed the whole news, which is that Coinbase has bought out Echo, which is an early stage investing platform. So these guys are pretty much a VC. They're competing with CoinList, if you guys know about CoinList, but they purchased them for about $375 million, right? Meaning now token offerings and launchpads are pretty different on the whole Base ecosystem. So now Jake put out this tweet here: Coinbase and Echo makes the most sense if you expect new rules allowing public token launches to retail users, US retail users. Now I told you guys how private sale game and all of that is going to be changing within a few years, and it's happening right now. This could come from Congress in a market structure bill, or more likely the SEC in a token safe harbor. The results equals a competitive market for token launchpads plus modern ICOs. This is pretty much where you're thinking about the evolution, where only angel investors could get into, new projects, new companies before they even IPO. Think about Coinbase back in the day and think about all the investors that they got. They had to be angel investors, right? So that changes a lot of things for investing now, where you possibly might have to be an angel investor to invest through Echo and Coinbase. But because of that, you guys already knew the news that pretty much Aerodrome has their own launchpad, which is going to be a community-owned launchpad where you and I can possibly get into these these new projects fairly easy. So it's going to be two different type of projects, right? But boys put out this tweet in response to the previous tweet. Launchpad and offerings on Aerodrome are going to be fire in 2026 with launchpads evolving, and now with Backroom and Echo Dot. So you guys can see how things is evolving on the base ecosystem here. And another launch that came out, this wasn't a launchpad play, but basically Limitless that we told you guys about. We made a whole entire video about Limitless. I'll leave the cards up top for you guys. These guys opted for only a DEX TGE, meaning they just came out on the DEX, not pretty much doing like, going through the whole sex exchange and things like that, but they're pretty much going to get listed on Coinbase. They're going to get listed on a lot of big exchanges, centralized exchanges, but they did opt out for a DEX only TGE via Aerodrome. So this has me pretty bullish on the Aerodrome and the future of what's going on base, because a lot of new plays is going to be coming out. The launchpad game has changed, and Aero is going to be in the forefront of that as well. Now the question is, will there be a new token where it's pretty much going to take over for the Aerodrome token, even though Aerodrome will still be a part of this dromos thing? But is there going to be a new dromos token, basically, that's going to have both velo and Aerodrome in it? You guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and if you guys haven't subscribed already yet, please do so. We're on the road to 30k subscribers, and I'll check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.